What's up, guys? We're going to go ahead and break down this Tulsa flag custom, a design I've done a few times and really enjoyed every single time. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first I start by taking off the Nike swoosh on the outside. And then after that, obviously we get into the prepping process, the acetone, taping, all of the steps to prep. I start with a cream coat mixed with an adhesion promoter, and this just gives me a good base. And since the other panels are going to end up being blue, I don't have to worry about taping those off. Then next we move into laying the stencil for the side of the shoe, the Tulsa Shield. I go ahead and lay most of the stencil just for spacing reasons, but then I just take off that part, leave the star so that way I can go ahead and have it be cream. After that, we lay the rest of the stencil, paint it yellow so that way we've got the outside ring, and then obviously lay that part of the stencil, tape off, and then we want to fill in, do another coat of yellow so that way it seals in that stencil. We can get a nice solid clean line. After this, we want to go ahead and paint white, a base coat of white, just to make sure the red actually is red. And then we go ahead and paint 2 to 3 coats of red, make sure it's full in color, so that way if we need to go back and do any touch-ups, the touch-ups match the color that we've already painted. One of the best things to do is the reveal. Pull these stencils off and you've got crisp lines, no paint comes up, anything like that. Only issue I have with this stencil is that line right there didn't come out as clean as I'd like it to, but that's nothing we can't fix in the final touch-ups. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and put dye on the front toe box area. I think dye just really helps, you know, if the paint were to ever crack, dyeing it the same color as that you're painting it beforehand, it won't show any of that crack. So it just gives an extra layer of protection as we're painting the shoe, making sure it's as durable as possible. And you'll notice I only put dye on the front panel. Typically, I don't have any issues with paint cracking. However, if it's gonna crack somewhere, it's gonna be right there where the shoe crease is. And so, again, just having an extra layer of protection there is always helpful. Then I go ahead and I've taped off the cream panels. Go ahead and paint the navy blue panels all at the same time. After I've done about 3 coats, I go ahead and take off all the tape. Again, this is one of the more rewarding parts of the paint job, is pulling back that tape, seeing that you took the time to make sure your prep work was good, and 1, the lines are perfect, and 2, the tape doesn't pull any paint off whenever you're unveiling that. Finally, I went ahead and taped off the swoosh on the inside to paint it gold. And again, one of the best parts of the job is pulling off that tape and revealing a clean project. And finally, I went ahead and painted the customer's logo on there. You'll notice I'm filling in with the same color that's underneath right now. That's an easy way to make sure whenever you're spraying over the stencil, it doesn't bleed underneath, because even though it's a stencil and you kind of melt it down, the leather has some textures in there and the paint can seep underneath whenever you're spraying it. So to get these clean lines like this, you need to cover that stencil with the same color that's in the background of that stencil. Now it's time to untape that midsole and let that custom really come to life. It's easily one of my favorite parts of the process. I did have a few minor touch-ups that I needed to go back and do that I did off camera, but I'm really excited with how this came out. If you like this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment of how this is helpful or what project you're even working on. This is the final product. I love how they came out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.